everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Jameis Winston's Buccaneers going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The play fake to Sims. Now Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. That'll bring up second down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now Jameis on second down. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They go play action. Winston. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Again, it's Bell. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Robert Ayers to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Adam Humphries deep for Tampa Bay. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. The Steelers call here on the Aussie, Australian-born Jordan Berry now to punt this one away. Adam Humphries deep to return. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And he'll give it here to his running backs. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. And the slot man goes in motion left. 2nd down, Winston. Looking downfield for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. First down, Winston. Forced out to his left. And some space here. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw is Winston. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And he motions the wide receiver. Play action now, Winston. And Winston lost the football. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
From the gun, Winston. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, it's Sims, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Charles Sims in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll go again with Bell. And he's got some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keith Tandy.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
The play clock's running down. They go play action here on first down. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
The tight end changing his position. Winston. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ryan Shazier in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. The first carry here for Jaquez Rogers. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Given 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. And that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the hunt.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Here we go. Blue 30.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
What would you have said to me if I told you in pregame that Big Ben and Antonio Brown wouldn't have hooked up until the second half?
I would say that they'd be losing, and they are.
Yeah, they are. And they've got to find a way now to continue to connect and try and get their team back in this game.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. William Golston able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Blue 30.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. James has it. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Goes underneath for Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell from 10 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll run it with Sims, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Here we go.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talked about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Second and goal to go now. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And it's up and good. That pushes the lead now to 15-7. Well on now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Spinning away. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up.
And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand the bell. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Here's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it with Bell. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
Everyone, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features 2 quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Jameis Winston's Buccaneers going up against Jameis Winston's Buccaneers.
Thank you, Larry. With the distinctive pirate ship in the north end zone, we can only be in one place, and that's Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Starts with Sims, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense is just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. That second down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
They chalked that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And he puts it through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Now Sims. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Again, they run with Sims. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. To throw, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
As you and I know from visiting a lot of camps, no one practices this type of a start, do they?
Especially not on the road. You give up the touchdown on the opening drive. Now there's likely a 3-and-out on your first possession.
Yeah, you throw that incompletion there. You hate to fall into a hole early, especially on the road. Got to be careful.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be taken at the 10. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, Winston. They'll roll him out right. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On play action, Winston. He's going to look deep down the field, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Fresh set of downs here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So that one will be accepted. Jameis to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Winston. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
They'll run here with Sims. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. And the first play will be a field goal try. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
This will be taken in at the 1. And now running right through it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football, Doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now Winston looking downfield for Godwin. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And, he'll be shoved to the turf that time. Right at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Play fake. Winston. This is caught by Jackson. And he is knocked down from the side. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, that was a Deshaun Jackson special, wasn't it? Deep downfield for a big play. But truthfully, if he catches it short, he can turn it into a long gainer, can't he?
He was such a big play receiver last year. 17.9 yards per catch, and that was tied for the league lead.
He's going to open up the offense in a big way in Tampa.
And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. Give him 30 yards there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get it.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Gerald McCoy with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Now Jameis on second down. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
3rd and long for Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Working out of the gun, Winston. Dancing to his left. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards. First down, Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Space to run past the 20. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be second and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They go play action. Winston sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Jameis now on first down. He's going to let this go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. From the red zone now, Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans from 19 yards away. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Robert Ayers in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Throwing, Winston. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
On third down, it's Rodgers. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be fourth down now.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
A gain of 35 that time. And it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first. Play action now, Winston. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Being chased out left. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Second down and 4. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a second down throw for Winston. Flush to his right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. From the 2-yard line now, it's first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Charles Sims taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. That'll go as a loss of 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So 2nd down throw for Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now running right through it. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down. Again, it's Winston. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. To the air again with Winston. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the D-line's going to spread out. They go play action here on 1st down. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 37 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. To throw is Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. So they're going to go for 2. They'll throw again. Winston. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Down the numbers. There he goes. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here's Winston. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. William Golston in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Winston here to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
A 1st down throw for Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Keith Tandy.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let this go deep for... And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Justin Evans. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him. And that's the
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Noah Spence in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. 2nd down, Winston. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Keith Tandy, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They run again with McNichols, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Winston now with a give to McNichols. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. And with that, I'm off to the airport. Charles will be on I-4 back to Windermere as we say so long from Tampa.
Have a nice trip. I'll be home before you even take off.
Lucky.